Time travel was a hot topic on the internet back in the early days of New Horizons. A faction of the community thought it constituted cheating, and there would even be some bullying in the subreddit occasionally if somebody posted a pitfall that they dealt with when they accidentally time traveled, mainly to do with turnips. However, time travel doesn't negatively impact your game like it would have in previous titles. Let's talk about it. Because Animal Crossing is in real time, you can actually use this to your advantage. Like if you miss an event, such as like a villager birthday, or if you miss the shops opening or something, you can go back and play it. Of course, real life can get in the way, and you may not be able to log in every day for a few minutes and do your dailies and see what's going on. You can easily change the time by either unsyncing your Switch clock from the internet or changing your time zone, which is a little easier if you want to go back a couple of hours in the day, but if you want to go back a few days, you're better off just changing the date. You can only do this from the settings menu, obviously. In New Leaf, when you went through Isabelle's morning announcements, when you opened up the game, you could actually change the time by talking to her, and it would be much easier than going through and changing the settings in your 3DS to reflect whatever time you wanted to travel to. The only negative impact you might deal with when time traveling backwards is if you have turnips, as they will rot. You also will not progress forward, so if you intended to move a villager plot or start an infrastructure that day you time traveled back, that will still be in the phase where you're having it moved. It won't actually do anything. If you time travel too far forward, however, you may end up with a couple of light consequences, that being some cockroaches in your house that you'll have to get rid of, and you will have unlocked the bedhead hairstyle for when you are changing your appearance in the mirror. This was a thing that you could have in New Leaf as well, however I don't think you could equip it as an actual hairstyle. It only stayed that way until you went to Harriet at Shampoo and had her redo your hair. Again, regarding turnips, if you time traveled to the following Sunday after buying them, they will rot. I talked about this in previous videos, so that's really nothing new here. In general, though, time traveling forward is not going to have any major consequences other than what I've listed above, and you also may have some extra weeds that you'll have to get rid of on your island if you care about that sort of thing. Villagers will not move out randomly like they did in the older games. I remember specifically opening up New Leaf a couple of times to see that my town residents had decided to move and that new people had moved in their spots, and it was kind of distressing, but it also added a little bit of a surprise element to the game. I do like the control that we have over our villagers in this game, however I do kind of wish that there was more of a surprise. That's not really for this video though, we're talking about time travel. Overall, I really don't see an issue with it. I know a few people who did it a lot when the game first came out, and it led to them being burnt out very quickly. I specifically remember I time traveled to the winter to try and get the geometric pants that Able Sisters sold because I thought they were cute, and I didn't realize that they were only available in the winter months and I wanted them. This, however, I think was before they had implemented holidays, so I didn't have anything to do with Toy Day. Isabelle just gave me a couple of the snowflake DIYs and that was that. If you want to time travel, go ahead, do what you want. It's not that big a deal, everything is fine. Just play the game at your own pace. Don't let anybody tell you that time travel is wrong. It's certainly not cheating. You play your game the way that you want, and that's the beauty of open-ended games like this, is that you can kind of just take the main story and run with it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I really hope you found this helpful. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!